Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nokuhle and today's video is all about how to choose the right company for you. A lot of us make a mistake during the job hunting process where we always make sure that we're the best candidates and we kind of forget to make sure that the company is also good enough for us to work at. Now, before I continue, I must say that this does not constitute any financial advice. I don't even know if there's any financial stuff in it, but I just have to say it just so that I can clear myself. Okay, cool. Before I get into my 5 tips for you, I must explain the context of living in South Africa. We know that the unemployment rate is so high. I think it's at about 27% right now, and it's projected to reach about 35% at the end of December 2020. But because of Corona and all of that, I'm pretty sure it'll be even higher than that, which kind of worries a lot of people because it means we don't have a lot of choice. Which is true. So with one of my tips, you'll see that I tell you to weigh up your options. You can't really be too picky when there isn't a lot to pick from. So you must also use your logic and judgment to make sure that you're not shooting down every single company because you think you're too good. Which, I mean, granted, you could be really good, but also don't shoot down every single opportunity so that at the end of the day, you remain unemployed. Right? Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, please do Backwork. If not Backwork, internships. I specifically said Backwork because a lot of companies don't want to pay university students for work that is done. So with Backwork, it just means you go into the office and you look around. Maybe there's like a little program for you guys to do, but you don't get paid. Like there's a high possibility that you don't get paid. I've never been paid for Backwork, and I don't know how many companies I've done Backwork with. Cool. So with Backwork, the objective is not to get paid. I know we all like easy money, but that 2,000 Rand that you would have been paid, you don't need it. What you need is experience, and you need to kind of get a feel of the company and whether you enjoy it. So apply for Backwork as much as you can. Some companies will have specific programs, like there'll be a Backwork season, which happens every July and every December. But other companies will actually want you to take the initiative to go onto their website, find an email, be like, "Hi there, my name is Nokuhle. I'm looking for Backwork. Can you help me?" So it depends, and with some of those where you actually have to like reach out, it shows great initiative from your side because you're putting yourself out there. There's no program, but you're kind of asking them that, "Listen, I do want to work for you." So you're already like one step ahead of all your other peers. Cool. Another thing with the Backwork, if you can, please try to go to the company, the actual company that you will be working for. So if you want to work for company Khumalo, but company Khumalo has a branch in Durban, Cape Town, Joburg, but you know that you want to work in Joburg, please try go to Khumalo in Joburg. But because I did tell you that you don't really get paid, going to Khumalo in Joburg can be hard because you might not have family there, or you might not be able to find accommodation for those few weeks that you are doing your Backwork. So it's chilled. You can go to Khumalo, Durban. I don't think the difference will be that much, but it's always nicer to get a real feel of the actual office that you could be sitting in the next like 1 or 2 years or whatever. Number 2, don't limit yourself. You don't need to go and work at a company just because you have a particular type of degree. So for example, I thought the only way to become a CASA was for you to do your articles through an audit firm. But you'll find that there are so many other opportunities, and you can still, at the end of the day, get the same end result, just in a different way. So don't allow your degree to limit you. Just because you did a media and digital marketing degree doesn't mean you have to go work for a media house. You can literally go anywhere. You can find a company that needs help with their media, and Bob's your uncle, you're in. For example, I shut myself down so quickly, and it wasn't until my mentor told me, "Why are you so fixed on audit firms? Have you ever tried consulting? Have you tried banking?" And that's when I started doing Backwork at all of these different companies. And at the end of the day, I found that, okay, cool, I actually am not interested. But at least now I know. Now I'm not stuck in an audit firm thinking, "Oh my word, maybe if I went through banking, I'd be having the time of my life." I know banking wasn't for me. I know consulting wasn't for me. So, I had to pick the lesser devil. And I say the lesser devil, but actually none of them are really that bad. But you know what I'm saying. Right? Number 3, attend expos at your university. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's very nice when these companies come onto Jamie Plaza or wherever your companies come and showcase themselves. It's really nice because you get all these freebies. Sometimes they bring food, so it's nice. But remember why they're there. It's actually a marketing strategy. So that is such a nice opportunity for you to go and ask all of these questions without being scared that, oh my word, what if now they know that Nokuhle asked this thing? Because chances are there's like 500 students that are approaching this one guy. He's not going to remember that Nokuhle asked how much first years get paid, you know? Whereas in an interview environment, you can't really ask, okay, so how much am I going to get paid? You know, it's a taboo kind of thing. So just ask when they're there on campus. They won't know who you are like 3 months later. Cool. But with that, don't be fooled. You know, some companies put in a lot of money in advertising and they bring all these nice foods and they're the bomb. They spend money. You can win like 10,000 in one day. You know, like really good at enticing students. But you also need to be able to see through the fluff and see whether this company is as good as they're claiming to be, or if they're just trying to attract you with all of these nice things and food because they know students love food, and the company's actually shit. So you also need to apply your logic, do your own external research. Don't just rely on what that guy is saying. Because remember, that guy's job is to recruit students. So they know exactly how we think. They know exactly what you're looking for. So, iba logical. Okay. Tip number 4 kind of links to what I just said, but tip number 4 is find unbiased people that are independent but work in that company. And I know that's kind of like contradictory, like you can't really be independent from the company you work for, but what I'm saying is don't rely on what the recruitment agents are saying or the sales people are saying, because they'll always sell the image of the company in the best way possible. Find that one guy or one woman who isn't really part of recruitment, who just works there, who can tell you the dirt, the good, the bad, the ups, the downs of that company, so that you can choose a company based on complete facts, like someone who has nothing to lose by telling you the truth of what you're putting yourself in. Now, for the best results, it's always better if you know someone personally, because if my little cousin were to ask me, hey, so tell me what's up with company A, I would tell her and you know, whereas if someone kind of sends me a DM on Instagram, I'm not really going to be fully open, because number 1, I don't know who you are. Number 2, you could screenshot that thing and send it to other people, and now I'm kind of ruining my company name. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think other people will also be like comfortable telling you the full dirt. So if you know someone personally that works at that company, like approach them and ask them. But also if you don't have anyone, because I mean, you know, we are still trying to get our foot through the door, so there's a very high chance that you don't know someone at the company you're looking at, just ask anyone. Even go on LinkedIn and be like, hi there, sorry to bother you, can I ask you a few questions about your company? I am looking to apply. I don't know if people will like really mind that, but obviously they won't give you the full scoop, and that's okay, because you're not really looking for all the dirt. You're kind of also looking for the good stuff, which is good. But you know, what I'm basically saying is, don't always trust what the recruitment guys say. Get someone inside. Cool. Number 5, don't sign too early. I think this might particularly apply to your accounting students who are trying to get training, but I think it can also apply to anyone, so just listen up. Don't sign too early. You know, sometimes accounting firms and all of that can offer you an employment contract in like grade 11. I know I was offered one in grade 11, and I almost signed a contract for 2020 in 2014. You know, like 6 years in advance. So don't sign too early unless you have to. By have to, I mean the following. If you're getting a bursary from the company, sure, you kind of do need to sign the contract, because they also need to make sure that you will actually pay them back somehow. If you need the financial contribution from them, go ahead, sign. But don't fall into the trap of signing in matric, in first year, maybe even second year, you know. Just give yourself time to explore all of the firms, explore all of the companies you want to go to, do Backwork, because sometimes when you have signed a contract, they kind of do limit you. You kind of can't actually move around as much as other people can. You kind of just lock yourself in super quickly. You don't get an opportunity to go and see other companies. And as much as you can always cancel the contract, but like it's so much effort. Why go through the effort of signing, canceling, and then possibly coming back to sign at the same company because you realize that the grass isn't even greener on the other side? So don't sign too early. But with that, you also need to be realistic with yourself, because if you are someone who is not academically talented and you're not doing anything that's wow, that's going to set you apart from your peers, maybe signing early isn't a bad idea, because at least then you have job security. You know that when you finish your degree, you have a job, you know. So you kind of have to look at that scale and make sure that your academics are also like in line with your bargaining power. Another thing is, you don't want to explore so much that you run the risk of being unemployed, you know, because some people can be incredibly talented, but you'll find that now we've graduated, So you will also have to use your logic. I mean, if you do feel scared, just sign. You know, you can always cancel the contract, but just sign. But if you are someone who is kind of confident about their marks and you are confident that there's no way that you'll never have a job, you know, then maybe wait it out. For context, I received my first training contract when I was in grade 11. I told my dad I'm not signing because I didn't even know if I wanted to do accounting. Then in matric, I got another one. I said I'm not signing. I almost signed because I didn't have like funding, but then I got funding from Alan Gray, and you know you don't have to sign any contracts with them. So I was like, yeah, actually no, screw all of your contracts. I'm fine financially. Cool. I only signed my training contract in my year of CTA, which was my postgrad year, around June, July. And that's because I was still moving around. But I think I was quite lucky because my marks would allow me to move around, as well as my extracurricular activities. Like I did a lot of things, high school, varsity. I always made sure that I was involved because I'm not the smartest in the class, but I am really great at balancing. I think I'm an all-rounder. That's what you can call me. So I really did make sure that I use that to my advantage. And you see, thing is with exploring different sectors, tip number 2, you also need to make sure that you actually do have the marks and the qualities to back yourself, because getting into banking really hard. Getting into consulting, you need to be a genius. So you also need to make sure that you're being honest with yourself, but also don't shoot yourself in the foot. Don't think, I need straight distinctions to go into consulting, because I can tell you right now, I did not have straight distinctions. I don't even think I had a distinction in my final year or my third year. But that's not what this is about. I'm just saying that don't shoot yourself in the foot. Do apply if you think you stand a chance. The worst that can happen is that they say no. But also, if you are like scraping 50 throughout since first year, maybe sign, you know, rather have some sort of security. Alrighty guys, that's it for today. I really do hope that you take those 5 top tips from me and you use them productively. All the best with your job hunting. You will be fine. I understand it's very scary because of the unemployment rate and all of that, but remember to back yourself. That's something that's really important, especially in interviews. I will do another video of interviews and what questions to ask and what questions to look for, but just remember to back yourself and be confident, because you can bullshit your way through life, honestly, and that is one of my goals. Don't tell anyone, but honestly, if you back yourself and you think you're the shit, people will also think you're the shit. So I'm sorry for the language, no. If you have any suggestions, requests, or comments, please do comment down below. I look forward to reading them. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because what are you doing if you're not on my Instagram? That is where I drop some amazing gems, and that's also where I get to interact with you guys a lot more frequently. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my other videos on how to adult, or my other fun videos like Ask Ms. K, some vlogs with my boyfriend and my friends. Whatever you're in the mood for, check them out. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I will see you next time.